الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome back to a new video. Today inshallah we're going to talk about understanding the Quran, not just reciting it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala قال في القرآن العظيم ورتلناه ترتيلا. Allah said in the Quran, and we have spaced it out in the Quran with a distinct recitation. This verse, dear brothers and sisters, underscores the importance of reciting the Quran with reflection, understanding and contemplation, rather than simply rushing through the recitation. It is not enough to recite the Quran without reflecting on its meanings, for the purpose of its revelation is a guidance and understanding. It is common for many people to focus on reciting the Quran for rewards, which is good, especially during the blessed month of Ramadan, without taking the time to understand its meanings, while recitation is highly virtuous. Imam Al-Qayyim in his great book Miftah Dar al-Sa'ada explains, the Quran was not revealed to be merely recited, it was revealed to be understood and acted upon. The essence of the Quran is not in its mere recitation, but in its guidance for those who reflect on it, ponder its meanings, and implement its teachings in their lives. Concerning the purpose of recitation, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, whoever reads the Quran and acts upon it will be clothed with a crown of light on the day of judgment. Hadith narrated in the great book of Imam At-Tirmidhi. This hadith emphasizes that reciting the Quran should lead to action. Merely reciting the words is not enough. One must strive to understand and live by them. The rule of tafsir in understanding the Quran. Tafsir is the science of translating or interpreting the Quran and understanding its meanings. Imam Al-Qayyim in the same book, Miftah Dar al-Sa'ada, wrote, Tafsir is essential for unlocking the deeper meaning of the Quran. Without tafsir, one may recite the Quran but miss out its guidance and wisdom. Scholars of tafsir help elucidate the meanings of the Quran, providing historical context and linguistic analysis and insights that enable a deeper understanding of Allah's words. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him's approach to understanding the Quran. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him himself, did not merely recite the Quran but reflected upon its meanings. Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said, whenever the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, recited a verse, he would pause, reflect, and often repeat the verse. Look, the Quran was revealed to the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. But when he recites the Quran, look what Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said. Whenever the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, recited a verse, look, one verse, just one verse, he would what? He would pause, reflect, contemplate, and often repeat the verse. That's a lesson for us. Pondering over its meanings. This hadith narrated in Sahih Imam Muslim. This reflects the deep contemplation the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, had when engaging with the Quran, setting an example for us to follow. The Salaf as well were known for their profound understanding of the Quran. Imam Shafi'i, may Allah have mercy on him, said, I would never recite a verse of the Quran without understanding it. Let's repeat what he said. He said, I would never recite a verse, just one verse of the Quran, without understanding it. What a level, what a very high level. I used to reflect, he said, I used to reflect deeply on every verse I recited. This is a reminder that the Quran is not just a book for what? For recitation, but one for reflection and understanding. In the modern age, it is easy to focus solely on recitation, especially with the widespread availability of the Quran in digital formats. In digital formats. However, Sheikh Dr. Yasser Al-Qadi reflects. He said we have access to the Quran more than ever before. But we must ask ourselves, are we engaging with it on a deeper level? Are we trying to understand it? Or are we just reciting its words? This serves as a reminder as well that the true benefit of the Quran comes from engaging with it meaningfully, not just reciting it mechanically. So, dear brothers and sisters, today's Insha'Allah practical guidance and tips, we have to reflect on the meanings. When reciting the Quran, you have to take time to ponder its meanings, reflect on how each verse applies to our lives. We have to use tafsir book or resources to better understand the context and deeper meaning of the verses. We have to learn the science of tafsir. We have to seek knowledge about tafsir so we can appreciate the Quran on a deeper level. We have to follow scholars who specialize in tafsir to understand the historical context and the linguistic nuances of the Quran. We have as well, after reciting a verse, we have to pause and reflect and repeat the verse if necessary to fully understand it. We have to engage in silent reflection, asking ourselves how we can apply the lesson from the verse in our lives. We have to live by the Quran. The Quran's teachings should influence our actions. We have to strive to embody its lessons in our daily lives. Let our understanding of the Quran shape our decisions, our behavior, and our interactions with one another. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us and you to the right path. Ameen, ameen, ameen. See you inshallah in another video. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.